Hiya! Welcome everyone to the final one of Krupa's Halloween streams. I'm the Crypt Keeper, and they don't let me on telly anymore. But Krupa hired me off Cameo to do this. I did it for a £5 because I don't get a regular income since HBO let me go. I've never seen The Shining. I've heard it's good. It's about a man who lives in a hotel. It sounds a little bit like Alan Partridge, because I don't usually watch horror movies. Anyway, that's all I know about The Shining, so I'm going to hand you over to Krupa. Thankfully, that's the last time I have to do that in my flat at 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday. I hope, anyway. I really hope I don't have to do that anymore. Good evening and welcome to the final Halloween stream. Tonight we're going to be watching... Oh, Ramon's fucked off. We're going to be watching The Shining. So if you want to watch along, you need to have a copy of the US cut, not the European cut. So if you're going to be watching along with me, it needs to be 2 hours and 24 minutes long if you want to stay in time. I think it's like 20 minutes longer than the European release. Neither one is a director's cut. Stanley Kubrick liked both of them, but that's the one we're going to be watching tonight. And if you've not watched one of these before, you can probably figure it out. When that clock gets to 0, you want to hit play. Now, what we've learned over the weeks is some streaming services have weird screens before the movie starts. So, if you're going to be watching The Shining along, the first thing you want to see up on the screen is the Warner Brothers ident. Just checking chat. And I've listened to the people, because that's what I do. People wanted a stop clock, so you can know exactly where we are in the film. I think I've got that working. If it goes wrong, don't complain. I'm trying my best here. It's, like I said, it's 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, and I've been doing a lot of Photoshop. Let's hear from the twins. So, if you want to watch along, repeat, you need a copy of the US theatrical cut. It is 2 hours and 24 minutes long, and you will press play when that clock hits 0. Okay? Good. Okay, I'm going to check chat now that all the housekeeping is done. Okay. I know you won't actually complain because you're all very lovely. But I've got a lot of bits, as you can probably figure out. A lot could go wrong. I think the Crypt Keeper actually phoned it in this week because I was a little bit stressed and I didn't give enough detail on Cameo, what I wanted. I mean, I will use twin cam sparingly throughout the evening because I realise how disturbing it actually is. Hello everyone in the chat. Hello everyone. If you haven't watched one of these before, I will talk over the movie, providing mildly interesting trivia. And this window with Danny in is actually a Safari window. So if any of you need anything checking, I can Google it for you. If you need to know what actor was in what film, I can do that. It's like watching a film with my mum. If you want to know who he is, I can tell you who he is. I can tell you what episode of Murder, She Wrote he was in. Also, if you want the football scores, I can do that. I will not stream any football because we will get cancelled. So you've got 6.5 minutes to get your copy of The Shining, the 2 hour 24 edition, if you want to watch along live. So some people in the chat have actually never seen the extended edition before. Oh, hello Kevin. Kevin's never made a live one before. Some people finding twin cam terrifying. Like I said, I will use it sparingly. Ben wants to know which episode of Murder, She Wrote Jack Nicholson was in. He was in all of them. He played Jessica Fletcher. He's a versatile actor. He's a 3-time Academy Award winner. He can play a retired mystery writer from the Midwest. I don't know if Murder, She Wrote is set in the Midwest. That's what I've assumed. I actually do fancy watching some Murder, She Wrote over Christmas. I recently downloaded all of Colombo, which I really fancy working my way through. I've got contacts in which I've not worn for a long while during lockdown, and I'm going to have to make this chat font very large indeed to read it. Adam saying yours is 2 hours 23 minutes. That's the right one. I'm rounding up to 24 minutes. Mine is 2 hours 23 minutes and 46 seconds to be precise. So you're actually fine. What was the Liverpool Sheffield United score? I believe it was 2-1. You know what? Let's look it up. I don't want to let you down. I believe it was 2-1 to Liverpool. I think, let's just check this out. Again, I will not be playing any goals tonight. That's not what the stream is. Well, sorry for everyone. I should warn, the scores are going to be up. That's what they usually do on the 10 o'clock news. Liverpool 2-1. Oh yeah, Joss a header, 64th minute. Hope that answers your question. Chaotic Gaming says, today is your girlfriend's birthday, so you're going out for dinner. That's okay. You don't have to stay in with me. Enjoy your girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday to your girlfriend. Kevin Gaddy says it's on Sling in the US. It's 2 hours 28 minutes. There's probably some other bits in that. That's probably the same version, but those other 4 minutes are probably like title cards. What the fuck is Sling in America? You've got 4 minutes. So 4 minutes, press play. I've got to switch over. Oh, this is a good thing if you never watched one of these before. Because legally I cannot show the film, otherwise we'll get the channel taken down. But in that window, where is it? That window there with the clock, I've gone through the movie and taken a screenshot every 30 seconds. So that'll be a rough guide of where we are in the film. Hopefully they stay in order. There's no reason they shouldn't stay in order. And I'll also try and get a little stop clock going. So you'll have like, so you'll never, if you join late, you know exactly where we are in the movie. Oh, Ryan's got that extra sweet Kubrick second. His is 2 hours, 23 minutes, 47 seconds. Hope you enjoy that extra second you get there in America. Oh, a lot of people have the extra second. Shit. Ryan McKenzie's watching The Shining. And with us, I'm playing Bloodborne, multitasking. Oh shit, Harvey Elliott. Yeah, Harvey Elliott is on. Sorry, let's not talk about football. I think most people wouldn't enjoy that. So, what guitar is that next to you? How long we got? The guitar next to me is a Fender Newporter acoustic guitar. It's quite cool because it's an acoustic guitar, but it's got a Stratocaster head. Right, you've got 2 minutes to get ready. Get your drinks, get your snacks. I'll do some tech and then I'm gonna go get a drink. Okay. Oh, Zach Hicks says, hope you had a good visit to Timberline on your visit to Oregon cruise. It's about a 45-minute drive from my house. Love going there for fun in the winter. So Zach, yeah, so it's literally a year ago, a couple of weeks ago, it was a year ago, I was in Portland, Oregon, and I stayed a few nights at the Timberline Lodge, which is used for the exterior shots in this movie. I don't think they didn't actually go to it because Kubrick had a fear of flying and rarely left England towards the end of his life. But yeah, it was a beautiful place. I went and there was no snow, and then there was dramatic snowfall overnight, and I thought we were going to get stuck there, but it made it even more shining-y, which isn't a word. But yeah, it's a lovely place. It's a lovely place because I don't really ski. I just wanted to stay there. I think the people knew when I was checking in exactly why I was there. Right, okay. We've got 40 seconds to go. 40 seconds to go. I'm going to get the stop clock ready. Got my movie ready. Got my headphones charged. We're good to go. We're good to go. Okay, 30-second countdown. It's hard, you know, it's hard doing this. I feel like I'm basically ITV1 on a Saturday night doing all this. Go get the guitar, Joe says. I'll go get the guitar later, mate. Right, 9 seconds, 8. Ramen does not give a shit, like, like, why are we doing this? Right, I'm going on my movie, and the stop clock is going. Whoa! I think I did it. Now I can just sit back and enjoy the movie with you guys. Alright, look. Here we go. Bosh. Bosh indeed, Ben. Oh, that was a bit partridge, that, wasn't it? Right. This is all working. Good. So Adam Cools went to the Stanley Hotel, which is so the Stanley Hotel in Colorado is the actual inspiration for the Overlook Hotel in King's original novel. The hotel that you see in the movie, exterior shots anyway, is the Timberline Lodge in just outside of Portland, Oregon. But most of this movie, actually, these aerial shots are also somewhere else. I can't remember where these are. I think one of the Dakotas. But most of the film is actually shot in just outside of London. And for all you font fans, that is just Helvetica. You know, you just can't. Kubrick knew, can't beat a bit of Helvetica. So this evening, actually, a good friend of mine is watching this, and I've suddenly become incredibly self-conscious that a lot of what this is sounds like Alan Partridge Radio. Just doing a call-in on the chat. What's everyone's favourite font? A lot of love for Helvetica. Ben Noble saying he didn't see Shelley in the passenger seat on that flyby. Oh, so this is cool. Ethics DK says he had Jan Harlan, who was a long-time collaborator of Kubrick, as a guest speaker at film school he went to. I've seen Jan Harlan a few times. I've seen this film at the cinema quite a lot of times, and I've seen it at the BFI twice. Oh, there's frame rate dropping there. I've seen it at the BFI, so that's the Timberline Lodge in Oregon where I stayed. So I've seen this at the wondering why my finger's chugging some. Let me just close down some apps. That helps. Watch Jack here. I was a little look at the girl coming down the stairs, checking her out. There's several things like that in this movie where obviously he is in a marriage that he feels very trapped by. So you can see him looking at women quite a lot. One of the cool things about this office is that is an impossible window. And any other filmmaker, or most filmmakers, you would just think that's a poor production mistake. But Kubrick was such a meticulous fanatic that that window shouldn't exist with the layout of the hotel, because when Jack is walking down the corridor, you can see that there's a corridor that goes down behind the office. But when you go inside the office, it's an exterior window. It's one of the several things that Kubrick does inside the interiors of the hotel to make you think it's almost like an unreliable building. Lady Avengers, I've not seen Film Worker. What's in the sandwich? Dean's saying. There's a lot of speculation over what's in the sandwich, Dean. A lot of theories pointing different ways. Some people just thinking it's that straight up PB&J that they love so much in damn old America. What's the... am I dropping any frames for people? I think running all this stuff is making my computer chug a little bit. Let me know if it's affecting the quality. In this scene also, some people think Jack's tie looks a bit like the hedge maze. Ryan's saying he loves my Ghostbusters style books. That they aren't actually stacked. There's a hidden case behind them because I think Rahman would just knock them into him and kill himself. So safety first. Have I seen Room 237? Bradley says, yes, I have seen Room 237. It's very entertaining, if slightly ridiculous. Five months. To be fair, I almost did 5 months solitary this year anyway, so... Lovely brings this in after he's got given the job. Lead with this. Ben says, is it really solitude when you had the Crypt Keeper and the twins to keep you company? Nah, it was lovely down here, Ben. Adamantium says, the size of the knot on his tie is massive. Bigger back then in the early 80s. That was America at the height of its technological prowess. Big tie knots. So remember this shot for later. I'll point something out at the end of the film. I think this is not in the European version. Peg McKenzie says those twins were an absolute gift from me and my twin sister at Halloween. I could do that haircut soon. So this sequence is also not in the European version. Some people think that bear is actually an echo of that bear at the end of the movie. Do I know why they cut it for the EU? I think Kubrick liked both versions. He just wanted to trim it down. I think the original version that premiered at Cannes was even longer, and he just kept trimming stuff out. Removing this, I'll show you guys something in a second, removes some of the information that leads to a sort of interpretation of what's happened to Danny before he gets to the Overlook. So this other reading implies that Jack is also sexually abusing Danny. So if we, let me show you this. So The Shining, when Jack is waiting for the job interview, I think it is, he's reading an issue of Playgirl. He's reading this issue of Playgirl. Oh, it's in the next scene. It's when Shelley arrives at the hotel. Hello, Jonas. Glad you finally made one. To have you, man. I guess this cut sketches in more of the details around what Jack's done to Danny before they get to the Overlook. Right. You can see him poking over, can't you? Oh. See a bit more washing there. Truly terrifying. You might come back later. Here we go. Roman wants main camera or nothing. Little detail, but it's worth pointing out that Jack never wears a wedding ring. I think like always when I've seen this at the cinema, people sometimes laugh out of nervousness in this scene because he's so quite clearly hates his fucking family. Just relishes telling him the story as well. So this is an actual shot of the timberline in Oregon, but we're pretty much going to move over to sets exclusively from now on, just outside of London. So this is the shot that I've kind of preempted with this picture on screen. So he's reading. This is such a weird shot, and again, because this is Kubrick, it is intentional. It has to be. He's reading an issue of Playgirl in public, and that specific issue has a lead story, which is highlighted on screen right now. Incest: Why Parents Sleep with Their Children. The selection of that magazine is not an accident. So the actual Timberline Lodge that I stayed in looks nothing like this in the interior. It's quite small, actually. It does have some slight sort of Native American iconography, but nothing as elaborate or as grand as anything in here. And then the other hotel is in Colorado. I think just coincident. It's kind of confusing, but it's coincidental. It's called the Stanley Hotel. This was Stephen King's inspiration. Oh, some people saying they lost loads of frames then. I think it might be having the stop clock going as well. Let me see if I'll reduce quality first before losing. See if that's better. Again, checking out the women as they're walking away. Maybe when I'm using it sounds like when I'm using the browser window. It's good to know. Hasn't happened in previous weeks. Check one thing. I may have made it slightly better. So this is the back of the hotel is all. This is all the set. This is all the set in London. Ben saying, have you ever seen the massive model of the maze that Adam Savage made? Never saw that, no. Adam Savage, is he the Mythbusters guy? I went to a Stanley Kubrick exhibit in the Design Museum in London where they had the scale replica, the one that Jack looks down on into. He's gutted they've removed the booze. Oh! That's what I've seen then, Ben. I didn't realise that. I thought that was the original. Maybe they have both versions. Look at that carpet. Beautiful. Lots of good Simpsons references in the chat. I was speaking to Gab about this film the other day, and he loves it, but like he said Simpsons just ruined it before he saw it. What's in the can? I'm afraid it is simply a Diet Coke. I would have a beer, but I've had quite a few beers this week, and I'm driving early in the morning. I'm going to go see my mum for a little bit. These sets are incredible. I always really enjoy this bit where he says all the different types of meat in this freezer, and when he goes to the larder. just love how he lists it all out. It's so charming. Zach Hicks says David Hicks designed the hexagonal orange carpet. No relation to me that I know of. It's good knowledge. I love the labels on some of these products. She's like, I fucking get it. There's loads of stuff, mate. I can see it. I wonder how much they expect them to get through in 5 months. Is that 5 months worth? Or is that more? What is Tang? Zach said those are giant cans of Tang. What is Tang? I don't know what Tang is. Orange drink. Oh, right, gotcha. Like Tango. Fanta. Oh, like Sunny D. Right, okay. Oh, it's drink powder as well. Sylvia's made an excellent point. Is Tango without the O? It's obvious when you say it, Sylvia. It's hard to think that little kid grew up to be Ewan McGregor. Adam Cool says astronauts drank Tang on the Mercury and Gemini missions. Is that correct? That's you're drinking powdered Tang in space. Oh. I don't think any astronauts ever drank Tango in space. I mean, I don't know if he was expecting that answer. We were talking about astronaut food in recent retry. Sorry, I went down the wrong way. Adam Cole says they also did a commercial in the 90s of chimps as astronauts drinking it. Right, this is getting looked up. Called him out, hasn't he? I'm not scared of it. You said I was scared of it. This crucial shot of her polishing the trolley through the hotel isn't in the European version. How much give have I got with this cable? That's where he's got to. When I stared there, did I? Yeah, so it's 217 in the book, 237 in the movie. And I think that was a request by the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. I think in Timberline, I don't know if the rooms went up that high. We definitely didn't stay in that room. Cannot be ice taking her for a walk. Hates her. Horrible. It's really horrible. To be fair, yeah. If you are stuck creatively and someone says that, it probably does get quite on your nerves. Not that I'm speaking from experience. It's that weird American bacon. I don't mind it, but weird. Carla makes a good point. Yes, to clarify, I think it's a bit annoying. I don't think it's worth murdering her for. But nobody's having a go at our bacon. Not having a go at it. I said I liked it. I said it's weird. It's so hard. Yeah, I don't know why Danish bacon is a thing. Ethics. It was the Timberline Lodge that made that request. Right, I'm getting confused. So yeah, they said don't use 217 because there is a 217. Yeah, we didn't request it. Oh, so this is the model that I saw in the Krupa exhibit. Cool says the maze doesn't really have much payoff for traversing it. Just slightly wider bit of the maze. That's for 3 of them. I love that can opener. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Dan. See you later, Dan. He's this film effing rules. He's not even staying. He's just dropped in to say that. Nikat says, "Can't believe Kubrick used the Toy Story carpet. Nice nod, I think." Is it? Who is it? Is it Lee Unkrich? From the Pixar team is a huge Kubrick fan, is particularly a huge Shining fan, and I think he's actually a big collector of original Shining memorabilia. So the design museum exhibit I went to had a lot of items that were on loan from his personal collection. Justin Cole says these streams are awesome. I hope you keep it up. These are just a Halloween idea. If people do genuinely like them, I was thinking of doing them maybe once a month or something like that, and putting up a poll and people could vote on what film we watch. How old is Danny supposed to be? I'm not actually sure. Say, I mean, he looks about, say, 8 or 9. It's the I'm not defending Jack Torrance's reaction here, but it's the worst thing to be asked when you've struggled to write. being so nice. Pink. Oh. Jesse says this is what I say to Rob when we're working on RKG stuff all the time, and he's offering to make me sandwiches and everything. You right there, Jack? That's all they did on Thursday. I don't know if I could write in a room that's that big, and that's maybe a weird thing to say. This is going to sound really odd. I don't think I would enjoy having that much space behind me. People saying, what are the best Christmas films now? Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a big goal. Right? I love this little chat she has with this guy. He cannot be bothered. He's like, yeah, all right. Are you done? What is this conversation? Are you ringing Battlefield? You got any questions? Yeah, it's like saying this dude could not give less of a shit. Yeah, it's weather. You knew this was gonna. Is it anything else? Anything else? It's real nice talking to you. Yep. I gotta get back to work. How small I can make it. Tony, what the fuck is... Tony's like, I'm fucking out of here, kid. You're on your own now, mate. Mr. Halloran's talking some fucking shit. Because, I mean, they might not be real, but yeah, that is. Ryan McKenzie's Scrooge is one of my all-time favourite Christmas movies as well. I watch Scrooged every single year. Honestly, just don't go bother him. Your dad's an asshole. Just leave him alone. I've never seen Arthur Christmas. You right, Dad? I'm always a big fan of that Go Past Mickey sweater, kid. That's pretty cool. And he's wearing it with such a good shirt underneath. You know, he really has some very fine outfits in this movie. That makes a point. There's a strange looking toilet in the back. Don't really see them like that in America. Maybe they couldn't get an American style toilet in 1980 or 1979 Britain. Like everything in Bly Manor doesn't seem very English at all. Your mum talking shit about me? Bye, Adam. Sleep well, mate. Did the clocks go back at 2 o'clock today? The clocks only go back in the UK today, not elsewhere. I don't think this boiler shots are the European version either. I think the carpet, Ben's asking, I think the carpet was designed specifically for the film. I don't know if it has a particular meaning to it. Kubrick likes geometric patterns in general. Carlo says, do you reckon Jack believes he won't hurt him at that point when he's comforted him? I think that Jack, that was a reformed alcoholic, doesn't want to hurt his son, but he's obviously battling with a lot of things, and that's before you even get introduced the idea of real ghosts. Then if you want carpet knowledge, go to Zach, the other Hicks in the chat, he knows. Oh, good bit of drool there. Good bit of drool acting. You don't often see it. love that when he confesses this to her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Always said it. It's quite a detailed dream that you had, Jack. God. To be fair, Laura, Wendy is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, to be fair here. Stephen Harrison's back with the bath scene. This is a fantastic scene. Again, what an absolutely incredible bit of set design. Stunning. The composition of that frame, this is the one that's actually still on the monitor right now, it's just so good. Just the way all those lines trace to that point in the distance is so beautiful. And this dead-on perspective of it. So your money's no good here, Mr. Torrance. Such a good line coming up. He's even an arsehole to the ghosts. I'm back. Oh no. Expression on it. The eyebrows. Great eyebrow acting. If this ever starts to go, I hope it goes like that. When he looks around all like shifty. It looks like a little kid lying. Here we go. Some water. You out of your fucking mind? Tonight's Halloween glass is the Wolfman. On the back, we have a little description of the Wolfman. Those paintings are amazing. The room's quite nice. Chris was saying like how grimy the room is. The room's quite lovely. Just a bit. It's just got a bit of smut on the wall. Man's on holiday. Let him enjoy it. Is he looking at the picture? That's a great carpet as well. 237 carpet. Great. Michael Dial, to be fair, 4 of my top 5 movie carpets are from The Shining. Now that sounds like an Alan Partridge phone in. Today we're talking top 5 movie carpets. Go. Tom in Kettering. Jack. Just checking whether Robin was watching this. Even saying ultimate catfish. Minging a fair play, Michael Dial. Well, you listen to the Halloween episode of Shield Up next week, and maybe I'll put that very question along some of the other ones you guys came up with last week to Gav. It's a hotel. Is it like a summer house he has? I think it's his house, isn't it? I think it must be his house because he's got his own paintings up. You're not just getting them in any old hotel room. Nothing at all. Is that a big mouth Billy Bass? Oh. That's such a horrible scene. Celtic Gaming, do you think there are any credibility to the various conspiracy theories of this movie? No, not really. Room 237, I did English literature degree. I see them less as conspiracy theories, more as exercises of creative interpretation of what the film is about. I think because Kubrick is a true artist and filmmaker and has so densely layered in imagery and meaning into this film, it's possible to interpret it like any great work of literature in lots of different and disparate ways. Obviously, there's some more that veer towards the realm of conspiracy theories, particularly the moon landing one. I think a lot of them are just, this film could be about this, even if it wasn't Kubrick's intention. Same with when you do creative interpretation or literary interpretation of literature. It doesn't have to be the author's intention for the film to be about that. If you can interpret it like that, or you can apply it to that, you could basically, if you can correlate certain information in the movie in a certain way to give yourself a certain interpretation, I think it's fair game. I think that's what Room 237 is really about. And then when that goes beyond a reasonable limit. It's like, I'm ringing, but if that woman picks up, I'm not having another chat with her. I can't be doing it. This is great, isn't it? I love the gold room. Literally on the house. Chaotic Game, to go back to your point about conspiracy theories. Well, yeah, the thing about like any kind of conspiracy theory is just, I always take the point of view on it. No way. So say Kubrick did fake the moon landings. Hypothetically, let's say Kubrick did fake the moon landings. There's no way that secret is ever being kept. So I just always think that with any kind of conspiracy theory that it would just come out. There's too many people being involved in that. Zach says it'd be a huge twist if the bartender's last night was Christmas. Another great set, this. Oh. His face. What? Great. Oh, TV's gone off. On the screensaver. Didn't know we did that. It's true, Michael Dice, as you say that, but there's still people who think that Rory beat Ornstein and Smile in season 1. That's true. It's true. You got me there. Only 3 people know what actually happened in that room. Not denying it there. Jesse's playing Dark Souls for the first time this week. I hope you're enjoying it. It's pretty good. Chris saying you just got Dark Souls on Switch. I love Dark Souls on the Switch. That was my final ever review for IGN, actually. Fireball. Like, looks at him, like slags off. I think. Brady oven. Best pronunciation of correcting. Love it if he was auditioning and he came with that in his back pocket. Give him the role. Yeah, you having a bad dream, son? Nah, just saying red rum loads in my room. It's what I do. It's what I do. Right, mate. Oh, you might have got a bit of. You might have just got a little bit of ice there, everyone, on a producer stream. Oh, that's a little treat for you. Oh, I should be charging you extra for that. Have I ever read the book? I have read the book. I like both. Both quite different experiences. I think obviously Kubrick did a lot to book, but I like both. Okay. Very sleepy. Alright. Nope. Not having it. this sequence is heavily trimmed down in the European version. It just takes him ages to get, like, all the scenes of him trying to rent a snowmobile car. Again, just like nice little small talk. Bit of urgency. Yeah, I can definitely see why this is cut. Like, just really emphasizing. I think the scene of him speaking to the stewardess is cut as well. It just takes him ages for him to get to the Overlook. Check. Let's tweak the lighting for the finale. Coming up to the last 40 minutes or so. Let's get some intense lighting going. Like red, like the bathroom. Blue's asking, what's my favourite horror movie of all time? I would say it is a flip of a coin between this and Halloween. These are probably two top 10 movies for me. It's really red in here. Ben's right. This could make a very good t-shirt. Ben M saying, I feel sorry for the poor intern who had to type that out. It kind of just reminded me the other day I was listening to a podcast about Seven and John Doe's notebooks in that movie. I think they cost something like it was like $10,000 or $20,000, and it was outsourced to a freelance production company to handwrite all those ledgers with his rantings and ravings. That was a good scene as well. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh. So, oh. That's quite enough of that, Lady Vengeance. Contract. It is true that Kubrick really pushed her to the extreme and made her have almost a breakdown on set. Chaotic Gaming, do you think the ghost actually let Jack out, or is there another door in the freezer? I think it's meant to be ambiguous. I think that's the one scene where you're meant to think, oh shit, can the ghost do physical things? Because up until this point, you could make the argument that a lot of what you're seeing is actually a manifestation of Jack's delusions. God, I like the chef's got an office. Chef's office. It's a great angle. He just like listens. He's just like, and tries to like smooth it. Oh, I hurt my head. Like listens out. I'm feeling woozy. Feeling woozy here, Billy. So I'm gonna be off. I'll be off now. Oh, this is great when he says you're in for a big surprise. Check it out. Enjoys it so much. Okay, so game is saying, what are your thoughts on Doctor Sleep? Have yet to see it, and this stream is making me want to watch it tonight. I think you should watch it. I'd like to watch it again. I really like all of Mike Flanagan's work, and I was very excited to see it. Me and Gav saw it together with Clara. Just a little bit underwhelmed by it. I've heard the director's cut is much better and adds a lot of stuff into it. It's just a weird story. And I've got no problem with this the cool stuff about. Actually, I'm not going to go into specifics if you've not seen it. I just don't like that because even though it involves Danny, and you know from the trailers and the advertising, the Overlook features, it's its own separate story. That separate story, I don't find that compelling, particularly the villain, which I'm led to believe in the book is much better than like what I think Rebecca Ferguson's character is in the movie. Just don't like that whole plot, which is actually a big part of that movie. Um, but I'd like to watch it again, and particularly the director's cut. There's a lot of people saying that about the director's cut in the comments. Yeah, I am up for giving it another shot. The recreated movies from the shots from the original movie are fantastic. Really well done. I think that's the thing. Also, Mike Flanagan's done some incredible original work, and he's obviously a huge horror nerd. There's no way that you can turn down that opportunity when they say, "Do you want to make quote unquote the sequel to The Shining?" and get to rebuild those sets from the original designs. What an amazing thing to walk on set and be able to walk those just walk around that hotel, the Colorado Lounge or the Gold Room. Peg's wondering how long has he been in there. He's tanned all that food. He's at it. Oreos and peanut butter. On the move? Grady calling him out. Or I agree. So many pickles and relishes are still left. Are you hoarding because you like them? Or are you happy that he's left them? Personally, I'd be having the pickles before the Oreos. Just opening the door. That's how I like to read that. I like to read it that up until that point, you can read that he's been primed with a story that something awful happened in this hotel, and what you're seeing are his delusions. Then that's the moment that it ceases to be ambiguous, and you go, holy fuck, that the hotel can actually do stuff by itself. Still on his way. I actually once did this with my mum's lipstick when I got absolute bollocking. Carla says if I walk up to that, I'd punt kick that kid out of the window. And then you'd be no better than Jack. So all the Halloween stream promotional stuff's going out tomorrow, but Halloween stream next Saturday starts at 7 o'clock in the evening, UK time. There will be outfits. And like last year, I might be doing quite a bit of makeup. Any guesses what I might be in the chat? I will neither confirm nor deny any guesses. I will deny I'm not doing Kevin Spacey. Full Crypt Keeper. No hints, no hints. But we will have a full Let's Play of a horror game like last year. Ramen Can's been an absolute swizz tonight. Sorry about that. He's just on the sofa, to be fair. Oh, he's on the floor again. He's a bit warm. Chaos at Gaming, are you dressing like ramen and vice versa? Again, I will neither confirm or deny any of these guesses. Jurassic Park moment. Does Roman have a costume? Is not. To be honest, I've not really bought him many clothes yet. But now he's fully grown, I might try him out with some stuff. I just bought him a rain jacket because the other day he got absolutely soaking wet. Didn't you? He got soaking wet, and I felt so sorry for him. So I've got him like a little coat for when it's raining, and I have to take him out. But my mum's got him a jumper for Halloween that's got like a pumpkin on. And also, I spoke to my mum today because mum's quite good at knitting. For her Christmas present. Don't listen to this. This is about your Christmas present. She's making him a little Freddy Krueger jumper. Yeah, because I looked at, you can get a Freddy Krueger like dog costume off Amazon, but like it looks really good. Don't get me wrong, but it looks like it's a fancy dress outfit, i.e., you can only wear it once or twice and it probably rip or it's not great quality. Whereas my mum's gonna knit him a proper jumper. You didn't hear that, right? Peg, what an absolute swizz to travel this far for that. Oh god. So earlier on I mentioned it's gonna work. Okay, so this shot. Here we go. We talked about this shot of Danny. Let me just drop in this image. Look how closely. Again, Kubrick not doing this by accident. Look at the framing of this image. Have I sized them correctly? Look at the framing between these two images. Get them similar sizes. I think that is not by accident. Again, tying in this idea of Danny potentially being sexually abused by Jack. The bear thing, I think I think it's something that is seen in the book about two ghosts, maybe one dressed as a dog, just having a sexual encounter. And Kubrick just strips out the context just to be left with the weird image. I think it's some people from that party in the 1920s sneaking away from the gold room to have a sexual encounter. That's how you know it's a good party, when he turns up. If he doesn't turn up, you fucked your party. This is also not in the European. This is a full-on spooky scene. This is, more classic, like, haunted house iconography. This is not in the European release at all. Like, full on that, quite on the nose more than full on. Just quick. How much time you got, mate? Come on. Oh, Michael Dow says if they were making The Shining today, God forbid, who would do cast as Jack? Hugh Jackman. I think Hugh Jackman. I could definitely see him playing it, not just because like slight physical resemblance, but if you've seen Prisoners, Hugh Jackman can go dark places, and I almost think if they did a more traditional adaptation, more kind of faithful adaptation of the book, and he's a better man at the beginning, playing to Hugh Jackman, people love Hugh Jackman. He is the nicest guy in the world. I've interviewed Hugh Jackman. He's so affable and personable. So, what a bigger fall from grace. Some of the good suggestions: Joaquin Phoenix, Jim Carrey, Willem Dafoe. Josh Brolin's good shout. Nicolas Cage. Seth Rogen. Paul Dana. He's fucked it. He's absolutely fucked it, Jack. Bryan Cranston. Ewan McGregor. I think Ewan McGregor actually would be good. Has everyone seen Prisoners in the chat? Me and Gab were just talking about how good Prisoners is the other day. Actually, that might be. Was that on yesterday's Shield Up? Or if not, that's next week's. We talk about Prisoners a lot. Urge to Kill fading. Fading. Midnight. Mhm. I love this ending. Yeah, it's a weird shot. How do you interpret it? He's there in 1921. I always think it's the line of what Grady says to him in the bathroom. I've always been here, and I think at this point, it's almost as if the hotel has absorbed him, like all the other ghosts, into itself and into its history, and has kind of mixed him into the past. But it's great. Final shot. There we go. There we go, producers. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Extended cut. To watch the credits out of respect for Stanley and his work. Wait, 4 minutes? Fuck that. No, I'm joking. How do other people interpret that ending? Thank you very much, producers, joining me for all these Halloween streams. That's the last one we're going to be doing for now. I might bring them back in the future. It seems like people will be up for that. I wouldn't mind giving you guys the option to vote on what movie we watch. Thanks everyone. Thanks for making the time and turning up to watch live, or thank you if you're watching it later on. Basically, just thank you for watching. Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, actually, while we're wrapping up, before I sign off, because I've got to get up to do a big drive tomorrow, everyone quickly suggest what other film they'd like to watch together. The Crow, Christmas theme month, Krampus, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. We could do all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. We could have a sleepover. Get some beers in. Aliens. We could do all the Alien films. Right, these are great suggestions. I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna note them down, and then we'll make a plan. We could have like a bad movie night, but I think like once a month might be good. Okay, before I sign off tonight, just make sure everything's working correctly. Okay. Oh, wonder what I was doing then. Who knows? Right. Okay. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you very soon. Midnight. I'm staying at the Overlook Hotel, where I stay because I've become a fucking ghost again. I don't know if this is in time with the music, cause I can't hear anything cause I'm dead. Good night everyone. Happy Halloween.